Okay. Oh, yeah. Want to hear myself over and over again? Uh, let's get rid of that. Let's move that over there. So, this is going to be a quick introduction because I don't even think we're going to get all of the edit page done today. This is going to be like part one of the edit page, I guess. Uh, so the video that I am using for this is this one. It's Introduction to Davinci Resolve for course. Beginners. It's by Cassie Ferris, so if you want to follow along, go ahead. I don't think anyone's going to be following along, but I guess I'm more saying that so that I give credit where credit's due. I'll be going through his video, I'll be going through his uh, data files and whatnot, so you can subscribe to whatever the fuck to get that done. Why is that in there? Doesn't matter. So yep, that's basically everything. I feel like at one point I used a, oh there you go, the super scale, that was what was causing it. So yep, okay, let's go.
To the edit page, and that's what we're going to talk about next. Now let's talk about the edit page of Resolve. Now, the edit page is where we put together our story. Editing is all about telling stories. And so when we make our movie, we actually put together the series of shots here in the timeline. This is sort of like the hub of all of the things that are going to go into our project. Everything that the person that is going to watch our movie is going to see has to be here in the timeline. So if you're new to editing, I think it's really important to kind of understand this concept. I think this is really helpful. There's a difference between what really happened in real life or even what was shot if you're shooting a narrative or something like that, and then the story as we tell it. Events might have happened in a certain order in real life, but then we can change the order as we put them in the timeline and change how the story goes. So in real life, maybe Bill is walking to his car, right? He opens his front door, then he waves to his neighbor, then he gets a phone call. And then maybe in real life, he walks to his car and then gets in the car. We can choose to tell our story exactly that way. Bill opens the door, waves to the neighbor, gets a phone call, walks to his car, gets in the car. But we also have the freedom to change things around. So, for instance, we could cut out the whole phone call. And then the story is Bill opens his door, waves to the neighbor, walks to the car, gets in the car. We could cut out the neighbor part. Bill opens the door, walks out to his car, gets in the car. We don't even have to show him walking to the car. We could show that he opened the door, and then we can assume that he walked to the car. And so we have all this freedom with how we tell our story. In real life, maybe we shot Bill getting in the car and walking to his car on day one. We shot Bill getting a phone call on day two, and we shot him coming out of the door and waving to his neighbor on day three. We can put these in a different order, and because of the context, it changes the story. And in Resolve, here in the timeline, that's where we do this. So let's take a look at our story.
Whoa.
This is actually shot pretty well as well. Or at least it felt like it is.
No, you go check it out.
Fine. Okay. Check it out.
Sure, sort of shot as well.
What was that?
Okay, it's getting worse as we go along.
And so we have our story here. The two kids arrive on their bikes, drop the bikes, and they see something. What do they see? They see a crashed spaceship. Then they react, and they talk to each other, and they decide to go check it out. So he starts walking toward the spaceship. We see his reaction and her reaction. And then as they get closer, the little door on the spaceship moves, and he jumps back. And we have the reactions again. And that's how the story goes. All of this is pieced together from moments that we shot all
But just so you can see, I guess. So we've got, it is full screen. No. Why do I want, oh, is this like a single scene? How do I get rid of this? I don't want this. Well, maybe we'll see in a bit. It's a cool sound effect though.
All separately, all in different orders, and we put these things together to make a story. Most of these all in different reaction and her reaction. And then as they get closer, the little door on the spaceship moves and he jumps back. And we have the reactions again. And that's how the story goes. All of this is pieced together from moments that we shot all separately, all in different orders, and we put these things together to make a story.
Alright, so you can see the take if you double click. But this is probably all shot on the same, oh no, this is a different shot. This is actually a really good bit of source material here. I don't know what I've done there. Oh, this is, oh, I see. So this is this clip, this bit is just this clip from there, but everything after this is just nothing. Like that is, I don't know why the audio is so delayed. I don't know why I keep pressing stupid buttons. This is the recording that we actually ended up getting. Then he carried on going. That's quite cool. Oh, so this is just a lot of shots of her observing. Oh, there's like another one there. Yeah, cool, okay.
Most of these were shot on the same night, but for instance, this shot was shot a totally different night, but it all looks like it works together. So I'm harping on this a lot because this is really the main thing that happens in the edit page. This is where we put our story together. We take all of our unedited media and we put it together to make any sense at all. And this is where you'll probably spend most of your time in Resolve. So let's have a look at the interface here. I'm just going to go up to Workspace and reset our UI layout so that yours should look a lot like mine.
Let's see.
I'm just going to go up to Workspace and reset our UI
Reset
layout.
UI layout.
So that
So
yours should look a lot like mine. And we're going to start with what we already know. Here on the left side of the screen, we have our media pool. Now, this is exactly like the media pool in the media page. Just instead of down here like this, it's over here on the left. And we can do a lot of the media management tasks and everything that we would do in the media page right here in the media pool. I could right click on the blank space and I have a lot of different options here. I can make new timelines. I can make a new fusion composition. I can make bins. I can import media. I can do all kinds of stuff. But you can think about this as just like your toolbox. All the little pieces that you can assemble live here on the left under the media pool. Then, of course, across the bottom, we have our timeline.
like, I guess how I'm thinking of it is that the media page. I don't know if I look weird doing this. I must look really weird. This is just oh, whereas my volume was so loud. This is just a tangle, so don't get weirded out. I was just checking real quick if I did have any viewers, but I don't think I do. Doesn't matter.
And this is where we actually put the clips.
Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence actually. So I kind of
the audio clips.
pause. I kind of think of this like my Lego set. So like media is all my Lego that I'm going to be putting together, and then edit is when I assemble the Lego.
That's where we lay out our story in time. Above that, we have our toolbar. And this is how you switch out various modes and options, ways to interact with clips, little preferences, that kind of thing. We'll get into that in a little bit. And above that, we have two viewers. The left-hand viewer is our source viewer. So if we go over here to the media pool, double click on a piece of media, we can open that up here in our source viewer, and we can look at it from beginning to end. So this is a great way to go through a piece of media and decide which parts you like, which parts you don't, kind of scrub through it, see if this is going to work for your movie or not. This viewer on the right is our timeline viewer. And this is a preview of what you'll actually see when you render your project. So as I play this playhead, we see it playing right here on the right. So this is like what your movie looks like. And this one over here is a way to preview the little pieces of media in your media pool. Up along the top, we have several different buttons which open and close panels. A couple to note are the effects panel, which kind of comes in below the media pool, and you can actually just close the media pool to have a bigger effects panel. And this is where you can do things like grab titles. So I can just select titles and
Oh, interesting. So let's say this one. They're saying go check it out. I could add a lower third. Add it naturally. Was completely useless. Interesting. Oh, okay. And then I can edit the text from here, so I could call it enable test. Got this other sample down here. Ah, 24.
grab some text and drag that in and have some text over your movie. There's also different things like different transitions, which will go in between clips here on your timeline. As you play it back, it will give different transitions.
And you can just move it around as well.
There's effects. And so you can take an effect and drop it on any clip in the timeline like this.
Oh, these are audio effects. Audio transition. I'm gonna make this real cheap looking. There we go. Can I get rid of this? How do I get rid of this? Okay. Oh god. Oh, that's cool. So you can what a what a shit transition. Pew! It's like Better Call Saul. This is literally, it reminds me of what's the name of the show? No, it reminds me of Windows Movie Maker. Why was I blanking on that? Oh, love. God, there's some real cheap effects. I understand why they exist though, because some people genuinely like these effects, and they're cheap and they're simple and they're reliable. Or worse. God, that's a lot of it's a lot of processing for it to handle. Bouncy ball. What a shit. Honestly, there's some awful transition. That's like this is like the movie transition when you're watching a movie, not a movie, watching a like a documentary, like it getting exposed. Turn away. Zoom. I feel like these dissolve ones are just the most professional. I mean, the blur one ain't that great, but this standard one is pretty good. That one's a bit crazy. This one. Can you add a transition for the... Oh, you can! Oh no, can you? If I was to do this... Get rid of this, get rid of this. Oh, okay, that's quite cool. So they're fairly multi, whatever you want to call it. Jitter. Wait, why does it just say Finn? Fine, Finn? Oh, because when you're at this point. And then can I have a speed? Oh, jitter color? That's quite cool. Uh, fine, fine. Extra bold. Like can I increase the speed that the fine appears? Got to, right? Surely. I moved this text, but for some reason can't move this text. Why is that? Is it just because it's a title? No, it can't be. Let's add this as well. I've only got 10 more minutes. Oh god, that's an awful. Titles. What did he add? He added a basic title, so it must be fusion title. The difference between a fusion title, maybe, and a standard title? Fusion titles and a custom title. What sort of title is this? Lower right third. But this one I can manipulate, but the other one I can't? That's weird. Nah, you're right. How can I move fusion titles in Davinci Resolve?
In this video text with the background clip. And if we
Wait, fusion. Fine. Jitter. Can I select the text? Okay. Just want to move it and go. Oh. Oh, there you go. That was a lot less complicated than I thought it would be. Okay, now font size. And then I just want a font speed. Modifiers, maybe. No? No modifier settings. No. Let's ask ChatGPT. I have a effect in Davinci Resolve, but how do I increase the speed that the letters appear? Okay, inspector, so that is this one. Navigate the text settings. Okay, yeah, we're at text settings. Right on settings. Select keyframes. Where is right on settings? I can't find it in the text bit. Go onto the effects library. Effects library by clicking on the top left corner of the interface. Yep. Navigate to titles. Select title plus. Text plus. Open inspector, navigate to right on setting. God, okay. So it's going to be a bit more complicated for some reason. It's a shame. Here then. Oh wait. Let's make it quicker. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, I need to go now because gonna speak to some friends and do some stuff, but I will probably come back to this soon. It might be today, but I said that yesterday and it didn't turn out to be today. So it'll probably be tomorrow, but I might go through the rest of the media stuff. If there's anything insightful that I find, I'll let you know. This is mostly learning for me anyway. I feel like this content isn't necessarily for other people. This is just to get me to